Whoa, there are so many features packed into the Sinc Iter from Noise Engineering, so let's dig right into it. The Sinc Iter is a 4 HP oscillator with 23 octaves of range, so it can be used as an LFO or a VCO. The pitch knob allows you to coarse tune up and down those 23 octaves and semitones. If you press in the knob, you're in fine tune mode. Keeping it in fine tune helps you out in case you accidentally knock it out of tune. One thing to note off the top, the Sinc Iter internally adjusts the amplitude to approximately equal perceived loudness as the pitch changes. This can be disabled by pressing and holding the knob for 2 seconds. Press and hold again to turn it back on. Okay, it has 3 switchable waveform modes: noise, plain, and super. With the MoFo knob, let's go through each mode while morphing through all the standard waveforms and all the sine wave folding tones. Keep your eye on the scope. Here's plain mode. Here's super mode, which is 6 oscillators with LFO phase modulation. Basically, it adds a built-in phaser to generate those big, fat, sassy waveforms. And here's noise mode. Digital noise with a lot of character. While you can hear the variations as a VCO, it really shines when using it as an LFO. The MoFo knob adds bandwidth, so you can really get crisp, harsh noise. Or take it down to really smooth noise. Now, going through the rest of the panel, you can toggle the quanta switch between no quantization, quarter tone, and semitone for the 1 volt per octave input. The MoFo CV input here is for summing the position of the Morph fold knob. There's a sync input for LFO sync and sync modulation with its rising edge triggered input. The 1 volt per octave pitch input here has 8 octaves of range. With the phase modulation input, you can feed it LFO, but it's really meant for audio rate signals. And finally, the outputs are both uni and bipolar for helping with using it as an LFO. So let's build a sequence using all of the Sinc Iter's modes and functions. Using the bi output, let's start in plain mode. With the Morph fold knob, let's dial in on a nice mix of morphing and folding. And switching from plain mode to super mode. As mentioned earlier, this mode adds in some phasing. Throw a sequence into the 1 volt per octave input. Also, the Sinc Iter will track pitch and noise mode with the 1 volt per octave input. Let's hear that. Okay, going back to plain mode, let's add some CV from the mimetic digitalis to the MoFo input. Let's bring in another Sinc Iter and adjust the phase modulation with the phase input. Let's add some sync coming from the ataraxic translatron. Yeah! One quick note. Like other noise engineering oscillators, the Sinc Iter can run on either the 5V or 12V rail. On the back panel, the switch near the top selects which rail is used. The 5E rail is preferred since it's less noisy. So that's it for the Sinc Iter. With so much packed into so little, at 4 HP, it makes sense to fit a few of these into your case. I'm Patrick O'Brien, and here's a little jam using a couple Sinc Iters. One is a VCO, and the other as an LFO. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't yet, like and subscribe to this channel so you can be the first to see the latest videos from noise engineering.